This video is a short analysis of Chelsea's tactics employed in the first half of the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City. This was done as part of my undergraduate performance analysis module, but was an ungraded piece of work. Apologies for the commentary, as I am a bit nasally and currently have a cold. First of all, we're going to look at Chelsea in possession, and we can clearly see from this picture here that they play a 3-5-2, with the three centre defenders staying back, while Chilwell and James are allowed to play high and wide and really stretch the pitch. They play two up top, and these front two usually consist of Werner and Ziyech. However, Ziyech and Mount often alternate throughout the match. This clip shows how Chelsea are very comfortable on the ball, which entices the City press. This high press results in huge space between the attacking and midfield line of Man City. This can allow the likes of Mount to drop deep and receive the ball, or for Chilwell and James who maintain the width out wide. However, a better ball from Kepa is needed to allow them to play through the press effectively. Again, Chelsea are able to play through Man City's high press and eventually move the ball out wide to Chilwell. Cancelo is forced to vacate his right back position, leaving Fernandinho to trap Mount in an unfavourable 1v1 on the wing. Here we see again how comfortable Chelsea are on the ball and how they aim to keep possession to keep enticing the City press. Tuchel clearly identified Kevin De Bruyne's press as the main threat and has used Kante and Jorginho as a double pivot, dropping deep and maintaining the midfield superiority. This renders the Kevin De Bruyne press relatively useless, and Chelsea are able to play out and create a potentially goal-scoring opportunity. Once again, we are able to see how comfortable Chelsea are on the ball, aiming to maintain possession and wait for the City press so they can play through it. We once again see the double pivot of Kante and Jorginho, which negates the City press and provides easier pass options for the centre-backs. Chelsea can effectively move the ball from side to side as Chilwell and James are both touchline wide, and this forces the City fullbacks to press again, open up space in behind for the likes of Mount on the left wing. This clip demonstrates the ability of Chelsea to maintain possession while probing and seeking to exploit any mistakes by City. We can see that each player is very comfortable on the ball with 1 and 2 touch passing, and these periods of prolonged possession are vitally important against teams such as Man City, who so often have the lion's share of possession. We can clearly see how the 3-5-2 system favours Chelsea, allowing James and Chilwell to play high and wide, effectively pinning the City fullbacks. However, it's also extremely important to note that this is not a rigid system, as James can drop deep to a more traditional right-back role, which forces Mendy to press and leave space in behind for Ziyech. This could have resulted in a favourable attacking opportunity in the form of a 1v1 against a centre-back. However, possession is instead maintained, and Chelsea seek to probe once again, against the Man City team who would so often be dominating the ball against any other opposition. Here, the ball was progressed higher up the pitch with a faster tempo as Chelsea seek to carve out an opportunity. A total of 24 passes were completed in a row before the chance was created, really highlighting the effectiveness of Chelsea's tactics in possession. In this section, we are going to discuss Chelsea's out-of-possession tactics, commonly setting up in a 5-3-2 formation, having James and Chilwell sit deeper in line with the centre-backs, or as a 5-2-3 when Mount joins the attacking line, leaving the double pivot of Kante and Jorginho in midfield. Chelsea largely employed relatively passive tactics when out of possession, aiming to keep their shape and allow City to keep the ball in deep areas. However, when Mount did join the attacking line, he would often instigate a press, which would be quickly recognised by the rest of the team, where possession could be turned over. Chelsea consistently maintained a good defensive structure and kept good distances between the lines, which prevented the likes of De Bruyne picking up the ball in half spaces. It is really important to highlight the alternating position of both Kante and Jorginho when City are in possession, who are always blocking the clear passing lane into De Bruyne. This is clearly a tactic of Tuchel's game plan, effectively keeping De Bruyne out of the game as much as possible. This tactic was especially effective when the ball was on the left side, as De Bruyne was playing more of a right-sided cam, and we can clearly see how Jorginho is consistently stood in line of De Bruyne, which prevents any City player from making the pass. By maintaining this good defensive structure, Chelsea were able to force City into a mistake and potentially score off a counter-attack. This clip was largely highlighted just to demonstrate the desire of the Chelsea players to win back possession if City began to break lines. This desire enabled Chelsea to go into half-time at 0-0, having dominated the first half. These next few clips will primarily focus on Chelsea's attacking set-piece tactics and strategies. Chelsea commonly adopt an outswinging corner strategy. And here we can see Werner and Azpilicueta begin to dart to the front post to try and draw out City defenders to open up space in the middle of the box for the likes of Rudiger, who are better aerially. Chelsea managed to win the first contact and are alert during the second phase as Reece James almost scored. Chelsea seek to play another outswinging corner, but decide to play short, suggesting some flexibility within their set-piece strategies. However, this was clearly not a pre-planned routine and Chelsea are forced back to Kepa. These next few clips will look at Chelsea defending set-pieces and the tactics they employ. Here, Chelsea face an outswinging corner and adopt a man-marking strategy with Mount and Azpilicueta doubling up on the front post. This forces De Bruyne to go deep and results in a poor cross. Again, Chelsea face another outswinger and adopt a similar tactical setup to the last clip. This again forces De Bruyne to play deeper, however Chelsea are slow to react in the second phase and almost concede right on the stroke of half-time. Thank you very much for watching and I hope you enjoyed.